I know God says in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and from verse 6 to 7 that we should diligently teach our children His word, His ways. But it didn't say that you have to be a pastor or a Bible teacher before you do that. Hello everyone, my name is Grace. Welcome to the Nurturing Teenagers channel. Do you feel spiritually inadequate to be your teenager's spiritual leader? I know God says in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and from verse 6 to 7 that we should diligently teach our children His word, His ways. But it didn't say that you have to be a pastor or a Bible teacher before you do that, before you teach your teenagers spiritual truths. You don't have to have all the answers. No one does. Not even pastors. You don't have to know everything. Though God is saying this because your teenager's spiritual growth and sustenance are your responsibility. And that's what He's telling us in Deuteronomy chapter 6 to 7. You are their number one pastor and Bible leader. And if you're a practicing Christian parent, you can start from where you are with the truths you know. As you guide your children and teenagers in the Word of God, you will continue to grow in scriptural knowledge and skill. And that's how it works. Okay. 6 tips that will help you to teach your teenagers the Word, to help them grow spiritually. The first one is you must study the Word of God daily. Study the Word of God daily and then feed them from what you have learned. Okay. Number 2 is set a time apart for talking to God. And that's praying. With your teenagers, set a time apart to pray. It doesn't have to be for a long time. You can do this every night before they sleep or early in the morning. Simply ask them to think of what happened during the day. If you're doing it in the night, ask them what happened during the day that you're thankful of. They will start pondering. And then tell them to express their thanks to God for those things that God has done for them. Then tell them to ask God for whatever they need. You can round off the prayer by now praying for them. Okay? This way you're teaching them to go to God when they have questions or when they have needs, rather than look up to people. And that includes you. They shouldn't even look up to you to meet all of their needs, because you cannot meet their needs. You can't meet all of their needs. Number 3 is get them a good teen daily devotional. Teenagers daily devotional that will involve them in reading the Bible and memorizing verses. I would usually recommend that parents get a devotional that will take their teenagers into the Bible. There are some devotionals that put the Bible verses in the devotional. Okay, what we are trying to do is get them to love the Bible, to love opening it. The more they open it, the more they know it, the more they are familiar with it. So always get them a devotional that will take them to the Bible. All right, and then let them read the devotional on their own, and then join them to discuss their learning points. Okay. Number 4 is get a Bible concordance. Bible concordances are fun. For me, it's fun. I love to just search out Bible verses that talk about all kinds of topics. And if you're doing that together with them, it can really be fun for teenagers. Okay, teach them how to use concordances. A Bible concordance, and then together find specific verses to meet your family's needs or their personal needs, and then read these verses together and let each one of them talk about what speaks to them. Okay, you can also go further to make them post their favorite Bible verses on their room walls, on the mirror, the wardrobe, the toilet walls, or refrigerator, to keep God's promises before them every time. When they see it everywhere, it's always before them. It goes into their minds and it stays there. And the final one is this: make sure you attend church with them as a family. Don't leave your children and teenagers at home when you're going to church. Take them along, make it a regular habit. Being an active member of the church community and worshiping with others will help develop and sustain their faith all through their lifetime. And don't forget that after the service, you should also set time apart to discuss the sermon, to discuss the teaching. It may be on the drive home or during lunch or dinner. Don't make it too long though. Just after service, have a chat on what they have learned. And as you consistently apply these tips, your teenagers' love for God and His Word will continue to grow, and you will not need to force or coerce them to make the Bible a go-to book for every issue of life. I hope you find this useful. If you do, please let me know in the comment section. Before you go, please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification button, and also like the video. The Lord bless you. See you again soon. Bye.